success. Put out the fire and everything. The next task up is to dig up all these pavers out to about this point. So I'm digging up all these and I'm going to reset them towards the front of the shed where they pitch up so that water coming down from the side yard, and there will be a lot of it, instead of coming down here and going into the shop, which it had done or did do yesterday. I don't know if you can tell how wet that is. That's down to hard compacted dirt after I removed all of the decades of built up debris. So I'm going to be removing all these pavers, pitching this part up to create a little trough to run the water on down here. Here where they had these concrete pavers, these old brick pavers, in this little trench area here, there is a corrugated pipe, which I saw part of yesterday, and now after the flood it's covered it back up. So they tried to get rid of the water that way, but they allowed these pavers here going straight down in. This shed flooded every time there was a serious rain. I have since dug everything out, gotten rid of all the rat and other varmint feces, but I have sprayed that dirt down with whatever this bleach is, sodium hydrochloride. It's not chlorine. It smells kind of like chlorine, but it's supposed to kill 99.9% of household germs, viruses, disinfects and deodorizes, all that stuff. And so it doesn't stink in here nearly as bad as it did when I first discovered the place. So today we're going to start digging up a bunch of these brick pavers, and then we'll get on with that. First thing I have to do is move all of these quarry tiles that were jumbled up in the floor, partially covered by rotten cardboard, debris, whatever. All the hours and hours of stuff that I had to get to even find that they were here. And as you can see, there's a lot of them. So I'm going to take them around to the side of the shed where for some reason there's an old set of concrete steps. I'm just going to stack them up on that and then forget about them for now. These things were put in correctly. Buried in this dirt, and so I'll be scraping up a bunch of that dirt before it appears. That's what I'll use as a base to re-slope it to go downhill this way to probably here, hopefully right there, but I can tell that these come downhill and it needs to go that way. It looks like it probably is going to be all the way out to here. I'm going to try to do it out to just here. Anyway, we shall see. And I am going to save them and use them somewhere else, but they want to break apart. But they're old, and they're not really good for the fire pit, because I have one in the fire pit and the heat broke it up into powder. So find some use for them. I'm getting ready to cut these doors off. I measured up an inch from the high spot on the left side door, marked a level line across, and I'm pretty sure that will clear what I'm going to do. If it doesn't, I'll have to cut them again, and I am going to cut them with this. And this is the least aggressive demo blade I have, so hopefully it won't tear it up too bad, but as you can see, they're already in pretty rough shape, so I can't imagine that I will be doing any more damage. So, without further ado, here we go. Alright, so I'm cutting these off so that they will clear the part that I'm going to tilt up to make the ramp. I think I may need to cut that more. The reason that I'm cutting them off is they already kind of rub when you open them out here where there's a hump. So when I build a little trench, I know they're going to hit it and they're not going to open. So, let's see how this goes with the Sawzall. Not well. Cutting into that frame, which I didn't want to do, but I guess I have to. That one sure did cut easy. I think that was rotten. Okay, so after I cut that door and it's going to clear, I got to thinking about how I want to do this, and I think I've had a change in plans. I think instead of digging up so many pavers and creating a channel there, I want to create or take advantage of this channel here that's already here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig this out through here up to there. I don't know if you can see it, but that is where the edge of the concrete and the dirt starts. So I'm going to build an earth berm down through this way so it will guide all the water from the side yard down around this granite pieces down into this channel here. So I'm going to relocate that, and I'm going to dig a little trench here, and then all this is way too high. But that will be easier than taking out so many pavers. I'm still going to take out the pavers to what, this line here, I think, or the one right under the door, and turn them up just as a secondary measure. They were always going to come out because they go too far back in to where there's going to be the wood flooring up through here. I still need to move these quarry tiles. So I'm going to be digging these pavers up along this line here. And then I'm also going to cut this door off to match that one, because this is the one that hangs up really bad right there. And the cut that I put on there actually looks better than what was there originally. See, that's nice and straight. That's all gamoibled. So, on to that door. Now I'm going to start taking up the rest of the brick that I need to get out of the way. Having to battle roots. Okay, so I'm going to take up these last two courses here. Right, these. But I'm not going to haul them off to the stockpile. I'm going to keep them in here because I'm going to reuse them. So at this point, right here, this one comes up, but when it goes back, it's going to be standing on its edge so that it creates a little dam right across there. This trench thing that I've started on diverts almost all the water from the backyard. The only water that comes towards the shed is what accumulates on the brick pavers. So once I get that little dam built up back here, That should alleviate any flooding inside, and plus the doors, since I cut the bottom of them off, they'll look more flush. Also, there will be a pressure-treated lumber frame on a moisture barrier up against the back side of that little dam when I build the floor in here. Sorry about the turkey. Well, it's getting late. I've got almost all the bricks out where I need them to go. I've still got those last two to pull out. Believe it or not, they don't come up as easy as you would expect. I don't know if you can see the roots that were under them and that are growing all throughout all the joints between all these brick pavers. Roots, just roots everywhere, roots for days. I've torn out a bunch already, but then I've got to cut these out. I don't want to dig them up too much and disturb the soil because I don't want to have to rebuild, you know, a substrate or whatever for the one course of brick that I'm going to stand up here. But I want to get these bricks out, get rid of the roots, and then start putting the other pavers in. These roots from whatever tree have grown up in between all these cracks and crevices of all these pavers, and I can't put the new pavers back down top of the roots, so I'm having to spend precious rare time getting these roots up so I can put the pavers back. And if I just yanked on them and pulled them up, they'd pull up all these pavers out here, and I want them to stay where they are. But anyway, so that's what's up. Oh, look at that one. My wife said I just couldn't have the video stop without an actual ending. If I did that, then it would look unprofessional, and it would seem like I don't know what I'm doing. And I don't want to seem like I don't know what I'm doing. There's a dog. So I'm going to have an actual ending, and then it won't just be me getting cut off at the end of a video, and it won't leave you people thinking that I don't know